This is an honors project called Ground Plane Removal from the Department of Computer Science at the University of Cape Town. The aim is to extract the absolute height of trees from digital elevation models or height maps of orchards, useful for orchard management. It consists of 3 parts: DEM generation for testing our results, tree segmentation for the identification of trees, and ground estimation to calculate the ground height beneath trees.
This is the DEM Generation class. We'll be using it to produce tree orchard DEMs. We specify landscape, a tree type, whether we want to overlap the trees or not, and whether we want to draw them along contour lines. This is the image of the landscape before trees have been added. This is trees added to the image. We store those 2 images along with the centers of the trees and the mask of where the trees are in the image. Here is an example where we draw along contour lines. We display the contour lines in the image based on the landscape. Here's the underlying landscape again, and the trees added, drawn along those contour lines. This is our DEM evaluation class. We use it to evaluate the results of image processing versus our produced DEMs. We get given a map list of all the maps we can use to evaluate. We evaluate whether the ground estimation was correct, with red for a failure to estimate the ground, orange for a moderate estimation, and green for a good estimation. We analyze the ground average difference for ground estimation and the number of trees and the IOU values for tree segmentation.
To test the system, I will be using 3 DEMs. The first is an easy case where trees are smooth and spaced far apart. The second case is a medium case where the trees are on a large hill and trees also have noise introduced in them. The final case is a hard case where there are many tiny bumps in the terrain. And now to test the system. In the easy case, we can see that the segmentations are fairly regular and what we would expect the system to produce. This is the medium case where we can see that the edges are quite jagged, and this is due to the noise in the trees. We can also see that the noise of the trees had a greater impact than the gradient of the land, as the gradient aspect has not altered the masks too much. The hard case, we can see that the bumps in the terrain has confused the system quite a bit, as it has classified these as trees. We can also see that the noise has an impact here as well, as the edges are jagged. Because of the classification of bumps in the terrain as trees, we can see that the overall IOU of the hard case is also low. This is a segmentation produced by the system of the easy case of the real orchards. In this image, the red lines indicate the boundaries detected by the slick operation. The white dots are the local maxima calculated by the system, and each color is a different cluster found by the watershed operation. From here, we can see that the slick operation and watershed operation do not align very well. This is because the slick performs better at separating the trees from the ground due to the way it operates by clustering similar pixels together. In this case, a foreign object or a tree not part of the orchard has been identified by the system as being part of the tree. The local maxima algorithm has detected the high-lying areas of the tree, and subsequently the system has thought that it was part of the orchard. There are many cases here of trees that haven't been identified by the system. This is due to the local maxima failing to define the center of each tree. As the window of the local maxima operation traverses, 2 trees may fit into the window at the same time. As a result, the algorithm will only detect a single center of 1 tree rather than having 2 centers on 2 trees. This concludes the demonstration of the ground plane removal project. Thank you for watching.